What is going on, guys? Welcome to GregglesTV Daily Rewind. This is where we go back a week and talk about the tech news stories from the past 7 days. And if you're into the Galaxy Fold, we have a ton of information on it. Everything from its delay to its new release date. We have information on the Galaxy S10 5G pre-order and the free gifts that come with it. We also have information on the Galaxy Note 10 4G Pro version of that phone and much more. And we have a ton of 5G stories as well, guys. So check it out. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Leave comments down below on what was your favorite story of the week, and I'll see you in the next one.
First story of the day is about the Oneplus 7. Peter Lau was interviewed by The Verge, and a couple of things have trickled out officially. It looks like the Oneplus 7 will have this Plus or Pro version, and it will come with 5G networking. So you'll have the fastest networking available on the market today. This launch of this phone should be May 14th. Also about this phone, it will have a 90 Hertz display refresh rate. So it's gonna be a little bit smoother than what you get with other phones. Most phones are 60 Hertz. The Razer Phone 2 was 120 Hertz. I honestly personally didn't feel a difference on that display. When I play around with the 120 Hertz display on the iPad Pro, I do see and feel a difference. I didn't so much on the Razer 2. We'll see what we can see with the OnePlus 7. The other part of this is a tweet that came out from Ice Universe saying the following. Are you looking forward to the OnePlus 7 Pro? It is rumored to use Samsung's high-end 2K resolution Super AMOLED screen. Now, obviously what he's talking about is it's most likely gonna have the same exact display as you get with the Galaxy S10 range of devices, except it's gonna run at 90 Hertz. So this could be the best display on the market. We'll find out more on May 14th. And like we talked about yesterday, the Samsung Galaxy Fold has been delayed in China, and it looks like 2 more countries have also joined that list. Galaxy Fold launch postponed in Singapore and Spain as well. This does not sound too good for the rest of the world. I really expect at this point that if it's delayed in those countries, most likely it's probably going to be delayed here in America and other countries as well. We're at Monday right now. This phone is supposed to be released in America April 25th or 26th, which is this week. Again, I'm thinking it's probably going to be delayed, and if it is, it's probably gonna fall into May at that point, early May. I don't think it would fall too far back from that. But yeah, I would expect we're probably gonna hear something either today, tomorrow. I mean, I guess you could wait until Wednesday to get delayed, but I would expect today or tomorrow. If it's going to be delayed at all in America and the rest of the world, you'll find out more today or tomorrow.
Already released a news video today letting you know that it's been delayed in 2 countries, the Galaxy Fold that is. It is now being delayed in America as well, and probably the rest of the world at that. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that the Galaxy Fold has been delayed until at least May, maybe even longer at that point. And it's something I'm not surprised by. People that have this phone have been complaining about malfunction, so obviously Samsung's gonna be extra careful this time around, especially with what happened with the Note 7. This is a different circumstance, but it's still, they don't want to do another recall of this device, so they want to get everything right and make sure everything is okay with this phone when it's released. So again, at least May, and we don't know exactly when in May at this point, and also it maybe even push back even further than that. So if you pre-order it, obviously you're not going to get charged for that because it hasn't shipped. So there you guys go, Galaxy Fold delayed all across the United States and most likely the world as well.
First story of the day is about Amazon Key for Garage, and it's available today. You can order it, and it's available in select cities. Basically what it does, it allows Amazon to open up your garage and deliver your packages, and then it will close your garage for you, keeping your packages safe and keeping your house safe as well. They also came up with something, I think it was last year, where they'll actually unlock your door, put your packages in, and then lock it back up. I'd rather probably have the garage thing rather than having some random guy just open up my door and let my dogs out, or just be in my house at that point. And it's actually not that expensive. So it's, if you have a garage, it's $50 to make your garage smart, being able for them to be able to open it. And also you can remotely open it with this as well. And if you want to add a camera as well, it pushes the smart door opener and the camera up to 125. So again, not that bad. I'll link it down below if you want to purchase it, but it's available today in select cities. Next up, if you've been interested in Samsung's monstrosity of a sized tablet, this is the Galaxy View 2. I've actually reviewed the Galaxy View 1 a long time ago, years ago, and that was an 18.4 inch tablet. This version is going to be 17.5 inch, looks way more modern, can lay down or stand up. It also has the ability for you to just hold it because it has that big hole in the back. It will come out for AT&T and a Wi-Fi version. We don't know a lot about it. It looks like it's probably going to have 3 gigabytes of RAM. It's not going to be a super high powered tablet. The display will be 1080p. But anyways, I got a ton of usage out of the 18.4 inch version. This is the 17.5. We don't know exactly when it's going to come out, but this is what it will look like. And the last two stories about the Oneplus 7 and when it will be unveiled. The official unveiling will be May 14th. We've been talking about it for a little bit, and OnePlus has come out and said May 14th, New York City will be the unveiling of this phone. So only about, what, 2-3 weeks away at this point for the release or launch of that phone. The other part of it is we have some leaked specs, and they're pretty insane. Now, there are two versions. We'll talk about the OnePlus 7 first. It's a 6.4 inch 2340 by 1080, so it's going to be a 1080p plus display. 48 megapixel with the f.1.7 aperture and a 5 megapixel depth camera, so 2 cameras on the back there. 3700 milliamp 20 watt charging battery. Snapdragon 855, you can either get it in 6 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage, or 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage. It looks like they'll also come with Bullet Wireless 2 headphones, and so there's no headphone jack on either of these phones. The OnePlus 7 Pro is really going to blow you away. It's going to come in a 5G version and an LTE version. Cameras. 48 megapixel f.1.6 with OIS and EIS optical image stabilization, 8 megapixel 3x zoom, 2.4 aperture lens, 16 megapixel with 117 wide angle f2.2, and a selfie 16 megapixel f2.0. Snapdragon 855, either 6 and 128, 8 and 12, or 256 gigabyte. If you don't know what I'm talking about, those are RAM amounts at the beginning and the last number storage. So you're not going to get a ton of storage. 256 is a lot, don't get me wrong, that's probably more than most people need, but you're not going to get any one of these 1 terabyte devices. UFS 3.0, so that's going to match what's coming out of the Galaxy Fold. That's the fastest available storage that it can read and write. Very, very great speeds. You're getting a 4000 milliamp 30 watt warp charge battery, so we get very fast charging and a huge battery. In-display fingerprint sensor, comes in the colors of blue, gray, and brown. First story of the day is about the reasoning behind the possible delay of the Samsung Galaxy Fold. Now, iFixit has completely torn apart this phone, and it looks like the reasoning behind the recall is that Samsung didn't provide adequate protection against the ingress of debris between the OLED screen and the chassis bezel. The official statement says, to achieve the fold, the thin bezel that surrounds and protects the screen leaves a gap where the two halves meet. The 7mm gap between doesn't seem like a huge deal, but it leaves a display exposed, so should something accidentally enter, it curtains for the screen. When closed, the screen is protected, but the spine is flanked by massive gaps that are opening picks hop right into. These gaps are less likely to cause immediate screen damage, but will definitely attract dirt. So overall, OLED screens are very sensitive to stuff like this versus LCD, but obviously OLED screens are just better overall in terms of the way they look. And the last story of the day is it looks like we have another official release date for the Samsung Galaxy Fold. It's coming from AT&T. They're sending out emails right now, and it looks like the official release date now will be June 13th. Now, this phone was supposed to come out on like April 26th, and now you're talking about no phone in May, and then the first 2 weeks in June it'll come out. So June 13th looks like it's going to come out. Another month and a half, a little over a month and a half until this phone officially comes out. The first story of the day is about AT&T 5G and the prices that most likely it will sit at. So it looks like they came out and said within 2 to 3 years, when their 5G networking is officially matured at that point, because right now it's very immature. It's like select spots in select cities, and it's going to be like that for the next couple of years. It looks like they're going to have tiered pricing, meaning that you have the slowest version will be this price, the middle speed will be this, and then the ultimate fastest speeds you can get will be the highest prices ever. Whereas with LTE, it's basically everybody has the same speeds, more or less. I mean, they do have ones that go to like 1 to 3 megabits per second, and that's the lowest price. But generally, it's based off the amount of data that you use or the amount of data that you need based off of unlimited, even though unlimited isn't fully unlimited. But it looks like they're gonna continue that trend into 5G with tiered pricing. Not very exciting. It looks like Verizon, at least so far, is not going that way. Maybe AT&T won't go that way as well. Once, you know, a lot of phones come out for 5G, it'll have to wait 2 or 3 years once it's mature. But right now, not very exciting times if you're on AT&T and 5G. Next up, Verizon has confirmed the Galaxy Note 10 5G. Now, this isn't a huge surprise. We obviously know this phone is going to come out, but it looks like it will definitely obviously come out in the 5G variant on Verizon per an investor call that they had. Their CEO said the Note and Galaxy coming this year will both have 5G. And again, he said this on a Q1 2019 earnings call. I know it's not much, but it's something to whet your Note 10 appetite. And lastly, the Galaxy S10 5G, which is currently an exclusive on Verizon, is finally up for pre-order as of right now. If you buy it outright, it's $1,300 and $1,400. It comes in 256 and 512 gigabytes of storage. There is no micro SD card in this phone, so remember that. Also, it comes in the colors of Crown Silver and a Verizon exclusive called Majestic Black. Deliveries are scheduled for May 16th, and it also comes with some pre-order goodies. Customers who pre-order will receive a VIP kit that includes a pair of Galaxy Buds, a wireless charging battery pack, and a water bottle to make sure you're hydrated. Verizon is also having a trade-in program where customers can trade in an eligible smartphone and save up to $450. Customers who switch to Verizon from other carriers will also get an extra $200 prepaid gift card for the Galaxy S10 5G. And you can pre-order this phone on Verizon, Samsung, and Best Buy stores right now. I'll link the Samsung version down below. First story is about Amazon. Now, Amazon, as you know, if you're a Prime customer, you get 2-day free delivery, and you'll even get 1-day free delivery if you spend $35 or more. And it looks like they're going to be removing and are removing that $35 1-day free shipping limit. So basically, starting now and over the course of time, and not just in the United States, but globally, they're going to offer free 1-day shipping to all Prime customers. Amazing, right? Like, that's crazy to be able to get 1-day shipping. I know a lot of stuff already comes 1-day shipping for me. It's gonna start off obviously in the major cities and then work its way out from there, and then again throughout the world. But you will be able to get 1-day free shipping if you're a Prime customer over the course of time from now on. So an awesome job to Amazon to keep adding more and more value to the Prime membership. You get Prime Video, you get Twitch membership, you get free games, discounts on games. You get a lot of good stuff on there. So if you're not already a Prime member, I would definitely think about doing it. I've been a member for years. I don't even know, maybe 10 years. Yeah, at this point, crazy amount of time. It's just a great service. And the last story of the day is about a Nintendo game making its way over to Android. And this is a game I actually thought I would never see on Android due to the reason that it's such a highly popular game, and that is Mario Kart Tour is coming to Android in the summer of 2019, aka a couple of months from now. You can actually sign up for the beta right now. The beta sign up ends May 7th, and the beta will run from like that point until like June, the first week of June, that you'll be able to actually play the game for free. So if you want to, if you want to sign up, first of all, I'll link that down below. You do need a Nintendo ID, which is free to sign up for, and then you just sign up for the beta that way. And then besides that, just being able to play Mario Kart on your phone, I honestly never thought I would see the day. I mean, I think it's smart in Nintendo because a lot of stuff is moving to mobile in terms of, you know, phones playing games more so than maybe a handheld. Handhelds are still really, really popular. But to have your game, to not have to build the hardware and then have it on basically hundreds of millions of devices around the world that easily with a click of a finger, That's amazing. So a good job to Nintendo as well. Good job to Amazon and Nintendo for doing the right thing. Let's get into the tech news. The first story of the day is Verizon has announced 20 new 5G cities. And this is great because they have the pre-order going on right now for the Galaxy S10 5G. And those cities are Atlanta, Boston, Charlotte, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Columbus, Dallas, Des Moines, Denver, Detroit, Houston, Indianapolis, Kansas City, Little Rock, Memphis, Phoenix, Providence, San Diego, which is where I live, Salt Lake City, and Washington, D.C. And remember, it's already turned on in Minneapolis and Chicago. Now, it doesn't mean that these cities are going to automatically be turned on like right this second. It's going to be from now until the very end of 2019. So you're going to look at about 22 cities overall where 5G will be located by the end of 2019. And the last story of the day is about the Galaxy S10 and the April update that has been rolling out throughout the world. And I currently do not have it, so I can't speak of this, but it looks like from Sam Mobile anyway, is that they're getting everybody that has it there, improved battery life with the April updates. Fix some bugs where maybe you've been getting less than particular great performance with battery life. It looks like this has fixed it. And if they've been adding like 1 or 2 hours of extra screen on time with this battery update. So if you have the April update on your phone, I'm still on March, let us know in the comments down below if battery life has improved. That is your first story of the day is about AT&T and their 5G speeds. Now, if you remember, we did a story a few weeks ago talking about AT&T hitting speeds of 1 gigabit per second. Well, they've doubled that speed now and they're at 2 gigabits per second in Atlanta. They did this and they theoretically said that you could download an HD 2-hour movie in 10 seconds. That's extremely fast. Amazing speeds for AT&T, but you also have to remember when AT&T does release their 5G nationwide and it's, maybe a couple of years down the road, there's going to be tiered pricing. So you might not even be paying for the best pricing available because it's going to be way too expensive. But regardless, amazing speeds thus far with AT&T 5G. And the last story of the day is about the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Pro. There's going to be a non-pro version and a pro version. The non-pro version will be 6.28 inches in display. It'll come in 4G and 5G, and then there also will be a pro version that comes in a 4G and a 5G version. But we're going to talk about the 4G version of the Note 10 Pro. Hopefully you didn't get lost in that shuffle, but we're talking about the battery size. And this is a tweet that comes from Ice Universe that says N975, which is the model number for the Note 10 Pro 4G. He says 4,500 milliamp battery, which is going to be equal to the size of the battery of the Galaxy S10 5G that will be out in May. And then also you're looking at 25 watt charging. Right now, currently 15 watt fast charging is the fastest with the Samsung phone. 25 watt will also be available in the S10 5G. And as you can see, it'll also be available in the Note 10 Pro. Now, it's nice to see these incremental increases in battery with the Galaxy line of phones. We're up to now 4,500 milliamps on the Note 10 Pro and the S10 5G, whereas on the phone I have, which is the S10 Plus, getting 4,100 milliamps. So they're adding more and more battery life to these phones, and I know some of their mid-tier phones have 5,000 milliamps. So there's really no reason they couldn't add a 5,000 milliamp battery. Probably just want to save it for the future versions of this phone. So better and better battery life, which is a big thing. Obviously, you want your phone to last as long as it can. And also with 5G, you're going to need a lot of battery because it's going to work even harder than LTE does. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos every single day. My question out to you guys is, how are you feeling about this battery size and 25 watt fast charging with the Note 10 Pro? Is it getting you a little more excited for this phone? Or do you need to see more details on the phone? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road. Peace!